Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Ditevia Junika Putri. My ID number is 33210010, and I'm from class 33.68.01. And here I want to presentation about classroom management project 1. Next, we have part 1 and part 2. Let's go to the part 1. Definition of classroom management. Since it is sometimes difficult to distinguish between the two managerial qualities, particularly during the execution of a lesson, classroom management sometimes incorporates behavior management. Understanding class management, according to Novan Ardi Wiyani, is the ability of the teacher as a manager and leader to create a supportive environment and achieve success in teaching and learning activities. Because it is sometimes difficult to distinguish between the two managerial qualities, particularly during the execution of a lesson, classroom management sometimes incorporate behavior management. Teachers use the phrase classroom management to refer to strategies for both preventing misbehavior and handling it when it does occur. The goal of classroom management is to provide students more change to experience all the tasks the teacher performed to set up the student, the classroom, the time, and the materials in order to facilitate learning. Next, we have component of classroom management. According to Marzano, there are 5 components of classroom management. First, physical design of classroom. The physical design lies in how the classroom is laid out, where the student desks are, where the teacher desk is, where learning centers and material are located, where heavily used items such as the pencils, sharpeners are, and so on. Second, rules and routines. Teacher establishes class rules and routines such as handing back papers and taking attendance to keep the class activities running smoothly with as little disruption and loss of time as possible. Third, relationships. Effective classroom manager develop caring, supportive relationship with students and parents and promote supportive relation among students. Fourth, engaging and motivating instruction. Effective manager develop instruction that engages learner, and they carefully plan their instruction so that each learning activity is well organized and runs smoothly. Fifth, discipline. Discipline revolves around teacher focus on preventing and responding to student misbehavior. Discipline doesn't mean punishment, nor does it only mean the action that teacher take after misbehavior occurs. Discipline also includes teacher action that prevent misbehavior. And then next we have classroom management approaches. According to Barden and Yasar, state that the most useful organizer for classroom management is the degree of control the teacher exerts on the student and the classroom. A continue showing a range of low to high teacher control illustrates the educational views. Barden grouped the different classroom management approaches under 3 main headings. First, the intervening model, which consists of high control approaches, includes behavior modification, assertive discipline, positive discipline, and behaviorism and punishment. Second, the interacting model, which is medium control approaches, including logical consequence, cooperative discipline, positive classroom discipline, non-corrosive discipline, discipline with dignity, and judicious discipline. Third, the guiding model, which can also be called as low control approaches, include congruent communication, group management, discipline as self-control, teaching with love and logic, inner discipline, and from discipline to community. And then we have managing the classroom. First, physical presence. Hermer states that the teacher's physical presence plays a large part in his or her the classroom environment. Number 1, proximity, and number 2, movement. And then second, seating arrangement. Number 1, orderly rows. Number 2, circle and horseshoes. Number 3 is separated tables. Third, voice management. Number 1 is audibility and number 2 is verity. And then fourth, student talk and teacher talk. And next, the function of classroom management. Managerial function that must be performed by the teacher include. Number 1 is planning. Planning is to make a target that will be achieved in the future. In organization, planning is a process of thinking and setting carefully the direction, objective, and action while studying various sources and methods, techniques that are appropriate. Number 2, organizing. Organizing means 1, determining the resource and activities needed to achieve organizational goals. Number 2, designing and developing works group that contain people who are able to bring the organization to the goal. 3, assigning a person or group of people in one task, responsibility, and certain function. 4, delegating authority to individuals related to the flexibility of carrying out the task. With these details, managers create a formal structure that can be easily understood by people and describe a person, position, and function in his work. Still in the function of classroom management. Third, lead. A leader in carrying out his mandate, if you want to be trusted and followed, must have the nature of leadership that can always be a director whose ideas and thoughts are heard by members of the organization. Not only are they smart at making decisions, but they are accompanied by having personalities that can serve as role model. Fourth, controlling. Controlling is the process of ensuring that the actual activities are in accordance with the planned activities. The control process can involve several elements, namely 1, setting performance standard, 2, measuring performance, 3, comparing work and established standards, 4, taking corrective action when deviation occur. Next is classroom management goals. In general, class management aims to create a comfortable classroom atmosphere as a place for teaching and learning activities. These activities will be effective and directed so that the intended learning goals can be achieved. Meanwhile, another opinion from Salman Rushdie states the objective of class management as follows. Number 1, facilitate student learning activities. Number 2, overcoming obstacles that prevent the realization of interests in teaching and learning activities. 3, organize various use of learning facilities. 4, fostering and guiding students in accordance with various social, economic, cultural, and individual characteristics. 5, helping students learn and work according to their potential and abilities. 6, creating a good social atmosphere in the classroom. And then 7, helping students to learn in an orderly manner. While more specifically, Saiful Bahri Jamarah revealed the objective of class management as follows: A for student and B for teacher. And next, we have classroom management activities. Class management activities include two activities which generally consist of A. Arrangement of people. Students are people who carry out activities in the class that are placed as object, and because of the development of science and knowledge and human consciousness. Then students move and then occupy function as object. This means that students are not goods or objects that are only subject to, but are also objects that have the potential and choice to move. Movement that occurs in the context of achieving goals is not arbitrary, meaning that in this case the teacher function still has a large proportion to be able to direct, and guide every activity that student must do. B. Facility setting. Activities in the classroom, both the teacher and student in the class continuity, will be much influenced by the condition and physical situation of the classroom environment. Therefore, the physical environment of class facilities and infrastructure must be able to meet and support the interaction that occur, so that the harmonization of class life can take place well from the beginning of the teaching and learning activities until the end of the teaching and learning period. Still on classroom management activities, Rasdi Eko Siswoyo and Maman Rahman suggest that a series of steps in class management activities refer to preventive measure with the aim of creating favorable learning condition. Number 2, corrective action, which are corrective action against deviant behavior that can disrupt the optimal condition of the ongoing learning process. Next, to the part 2. Problem number 1. The answer is to address Mr. Eliezer's classroom management issues during class discussion. A logical approach will involve several steps. Is 1. Establish clear expectation. Ms. Eliezer should state clear expectation at the beginning of each class regarding behavior during discussion. He can explain that everyone should listen when someone else is speaking, raise their hand to contribute, and avoid disrupting the class. Number 2, engagement strategies. To keep students focused and engaged, Mr. Eliezer can incorporate various teaching strategies. This might include asking open-ended questions, using multimedia research, and encouraging group discussion. By making the discussion more interactive and interesting, he can reduce the likelihood of students becoming distracted. Still problem number 1. 3. Positive reinforcement. Mr. Eliezer should also provide positive reinforcement for students who participate appropriately during discussion. This can be as simple as acknowledging good contributions or giving praise for respectful behavior. Positive reinforcement can help incentives desired behavior and create a more positive classroom environment. 4. Communication with parents. If disrupt behavior persists, Mr. Eliezer should communicate with the parents or guardian of the student involved. By working together with parents, he can address any underlying concern and reinforce expectation for behavior both at school and at home. By implementing these strategies consistently and proactively addressing disruptive behavior, Mr. Eleazar can create a more conducive environment for productive class discussion. Next, problem number 2. The answer is, it sounds like Zefano is displaying disruptive behavior in the classroom. To address this issue using logical argumentation, let's break it down. Number 1, identify the problem. Zefano behavior is disruptive and inappropriate in the classroom, affecting the learning environment for both himself and his classmates. Number 2, potential causes. Zefano might be seeking attention, trying to be seen as funny or popular, or simply unaware of the impact of his action on the class environment. 3, possible solution is A. Direct communication. Miss Giandra should have a private conversation with Zefano to discuss his behavior, its impact, and the expectation for classroom conduct. B. Establish clear consequence. Clearly communicate the consequence of continued disruptive behavior such as detention or loss of privilege. Still for problem number 2. C. Positive reinforcement. Acknowledge and reward positive behavior from Zefano and other students to encourage a more positive classroom atmosphere. D. Involving parents. If the behavior persists, involving Zefano parents or guardians in the discussion may be necessary to address the issue collaboratively. E. Seeking professional help. If Zefano behavior is persistent and severe, seeking assistance from a school counselor or behavioral specialist may be beneficial to understand and address underlying issues. Number 5. Implementing the solution. Once a plan of action is decided upon, it should be implemented consistently and with clear communication to Zefano and the rest of the class. 6. Monitoring and adjustment. Continuously monitor Zefano behavior and its impact on the classroom environment. Adjust the approach if necessary based on the effectiveness of the implemented solution. By following this logical approach, Ms. Giandra can address Zefano's disruptive behavior while maintaining a positive learning environment for all students. Next to problem number 3. The answer is to address the issue of frequent teasing and escalating conflict among students in Miss Yehezkiela's class. Let's use logical argumentation. Number 1. Identify the problem. The frequent teasing has escalated to the point of constant bickering, anger, yelling, shooting, and physical altercations among the students, disrupting the learning environment and potential causing harms. Number 2, consequence of the behavior. The conflicts can lead to emotional distress, physical harms, a hostile classroom atmosphere, decreased focus on learning, and a breakdown of classroom community and trust. Next, still number 3. 4. Possible solution. A conflict resolution training. Implement program or workshop to teach students conflict resolution skill, empathy, and respectful communication. B. Establish clear expectation. Clearly communicate behavioral expectation and consequence for inappropriate behavior to all students. C. Mediation. Introduce mediation session facilitated by a teacher or counselor to address conflict between students and find mutually agreeable solution. D. Peer support system. Establish a peer support system where students can confidentially report conflicts and receive assistance from trust classmates or mentors. Positive reinforcement. Recognize and reward positive behavior, cooperation, and respectful interaction among students. F. Parental involvement. Communicate with parents or guardians about the situation and enlist their support in reinforcing positive behavior at home. G. Counseling or support service. Offer counseling or support service for students who may be struggling with personal issues contributing to the conflicts. And then next, still for problem number 3. 5. Implementing the solution. Select and implement the most appropriate solution based on the specific dynamics of the class and the severity of the conflicts. Ensure consistency and clarity in enforcing expectation and consequence. Number 6, monitoring and adjustment. Continuously monitor the classroom environment and students' behavior, making adjustment to intervention as needed. Regularly evaluate the effectiveness of implement solution and make changes accordingly. By addressing the issue systematically and proactively, Ms. Yehezkiela can create a more harmonious and conducive learning environment for her students. Okay, and I think it's enough for my presentation about the Classroom Management Project 1. Okay, good afternoon. Thank you so much.